Not everyone is on board with the PUSD's plans to put a school bond measure on the November ballot. That's what you heard last week right here on CCN from schools critic Renee Amy. This week, school board president Tom Selinsky responds to the criticism in his own words.
And what we're asking the voters to do is look at paying a percentage of their assessed valuation of their home. So if you have a home that's assessed at $400,000, it would cost you, I think it's $52 per 100,000. It would cost you about $208 a year additional to help support our schools and support our kids. Back in '97, when the other bond was anticipated, the Measure Y, the needs were identified at over $700 million at that time. It still only got us roughly halfway there. What was anticipated of the overall needs for the facilities to help upgrade them.
Others believe that the funds from Measure Y were wasted. How do you respond to them when they say that?
Well, I could see that argument in one hand, but I think when I look at it, I look at all the things that were accomplished through Measure Y. You'd go to John Marshall High School as an example and look at the wing that was closed due to the ceilings falling in at the time, and now that space is open and accessible and great space for students. The reality is that over the last decade, we had increasing construction costs at that time. I think it was roughly 180% over the last decade.
An entire school building is forgotten about to be included in the planning, but yet you have several $1 million facility being built in Sierra Madre, and to the critics, it seems like there's a big discrepancy there. One side gets a lot, and the other side gets nothing.
Well, that had been corrected. Just so you know, that Audubon is included in the master planning process. But when the initial planning took place, it was looking at school sites that were open at this time and not with sites that may have been closed.
In this climate right now with the housing market, people losing their homes and that kind of thing, I mean, do you see a challenge here?
Definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge. You can look at it in a couple ways. Yeah, it will be a cost or a cost to homeowners, but it's an investment in the community.
And school officials say that they've already identified a potential $100 million in grants, partnerships, and developer fees, and they're really trying to upgrade those offices and make some of them, or those school buildings, I should say, and make them green friendly and update the lights and that kind of thing. There's actually more information about that from last week on crowncitynews.com. Just go to the website and click on the archives page. Now for the CCN Green Minute, which is brought to you by Southern California Edison. So you have this old refrigerator or freezer that may or may not be working, sitting in your garage or basement. You're not quite sure what to do with it. Well, we have Southern California Edison's Owen DeVance right here with some answers. Thanks for being here. So what can people do with these old appliances?
Well, what they can do, they can call Southern California Edison, and what we will do, we will come out, haul that refrigerator away, pay you $50 to take that refrigerator away. Then we will recycle the material so that it doesn't end up wasting
energy and space, probably, huh? Yeah, because people have them in their basement, they have them in their garage, and that kind of thing. Right. So you said that they get money back, right, if they actually get rid of it?
Correct. What happens is that we will come out, we will haul the refrigerator away, pay you $50, and then if you replace that old appliance, refrigerator, freezer, with a new Energy Star appliance, what we'll do is we will give you a rebate of $50.
Okay.
So you get basically get $100 back for having a refrigerator.
For getting rid of it and then getting a updated one that can save energy, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. Now, electric bills can be tough during this time, especially in the summer. You got the air running all the time. There's a program for low income?
We do have a number of energy efficiency programs. One of the programs that we have is called the CARE, the California Alternate Rate for Electricity. And basically with that program, you have to qualify by income, but you can get a 20% discount off of your electric bill.
Okay, that's good. So let me ask you about your air bill right now.
Sure.
You yourself, I mean, you're probably, trying to keep cool as well, running the air conditioning like everybody else is, and probably saving money as well, huh? Hopefully.
True. I mean, we have energy conservation tips. I mean, some of the things that I look at and what we do at Edison, we recommend that you keep the thermostat set at 78 degrees.
Good idea.
I mean, another thing you do is keep your drapes closed.
Okay.
When you're not in the room, make sure you turn the lights off.
Very good. Yeah. And people can find out more about tips like this by going to the website, right? SCE.com.
Correct. Go to www.sce.com and you can click on the section on rebates. And we also do online home energy surveys too.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We always go over a minute a little bit. Sorry about that, but that's okay. We're getting good info in there. Okay. Thanks for being here, Owen. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. Now, from the CCN blog, we have some responses to posts that we've put up. The gay marriage post got another comment on the CCN blog. That was from an anonymous poster who wrote, "No matter how much religious, biblical, and historic facts are used against gay marriage, not much is being done against adultery and divorce. These are also condemned in the Bible." And they had much more to say, believe me. You can find out the rest that they said at crowncitynews.blogspot.com. Also on the hands-free law, we got a comment, love it or hate it. Qball939 wrote, "All I know is that if I saw you running up to my car on the street, I would roll up my window." I guess that was directed at me, and that's not a very nice thing to say, Qball, but that's okay. We can laugh at ourselves here. Some people did do that, I think, when I went up to them with a microphone to do the interviews. Oh, well, can't win them all over. This week's blog question is about changing the way you bank in light of the IndyMac takeover. Go to CCN, crowncitynews.blogspot.com. We'll be right back.